All right, guys, good evening and welcome to the season opener for High Performance Racing League here in Bahrain. This is going to be a two-feature race. First race will be run at 25%, full damage, no safety car. Second race is going to be reverse grid from 1 through 10 based on the completion and ranking of the drivers in the first feature race. My name is AJ Mars here. I'm going to be hosting the race today on behalf of HPRL. High Performance Racing League. And again, this is the season opener. This is the very first race for these guys. Last Tuesday, we did a practice session to kind of give it a dry run here. There was a lot of excitement, a lot of stuff going on. So don't miss it. DG Hyper 2, as we see on the screen there, was the big winner in both races. So he's going to be a big contender here for this race. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I see 5 of you guys already. Thank you so much. We are going to do the first race, 25%. It is a short quali here. And then on the second race, there's going to be a brief break in between. Stick with us. The stream is going to continue through that break while they get the grid set up for the second race. Drivers will have tire choice in the second race, so you're going to see probably a couple of mixed strategies there for the second race. As we know, Bahrain is very tire intensive. It does eat tires up, so we should see some different strategies here. And it's going to be an exciting race. And big shout out to High Performance Racing League for giving me the opportunity to provide commentary and host from my Twitch channel. They are hosting it from their channel, HPRLF1 on Twitch. Go over there and follow that. Don't miss out on that opportunity because that's where the future streams are going to be at. They are just getting started and didn't quite have their stream team set up yet, but they're getting rolling and I'm helping them out get set up, so don't miss any of the racing. I've got the tire graphic up right now so everybody can kind of see what's going on that way. Don't be afraid to get in the chat and say hi. If you haven't followed the channel, I would appreciate a follow there if you feel so inclined. Alright, looks like DG's going to dip out of his round. I'm going to skip back to Jonas here. First time's going to be Lando Nor. Play on Lando Norris there. 26.5, 126.5 is going to be the provisional lap right now. And then we've got the other Ferrari, TES Carroll, coming across now. His teammate is going to take P2 for right now. Well off the pace, though, 29.1. TES Matt 45 jumping in there as well, 26.3, stealing away that top spot. Aerox 1000 in there for a 27.6, a little off the pace. Steadfast on the mediums, on the medium tire, 129.7 in P5, but is bumped down immediately by Blade, 27.5. And Bahrain, LAS Bahrain, 27.1. Everybody's piling in here together, so we're trying to keep up with the times. Positive in there for a 27.2 P4. So the first group's coming in. We're going to have some Williams coming across now. Let's see who the first one's going to be. Spiffo is invalid, so Joe Pelli will be getting a time here. Let's see if he stays out on those mediums. Looks like he's dipping into the pits. Brad SR's going in. It's QJ is going to get a time for P4, 26.8. 26.8 there for the Alfa Romeo. Looks like Brad SR in the other McLaren is coming around now. That's the penultimate. You see him screaming around there in the orange and blue livery. Hello, Mr. Ghost. Welcome to the chat. Glad to have you here. 26.0 is going to get Brad SR a P2 spot for right now. Levis is 25.7, stealing away that top spot. TES Carroll getting a second lap there, 28.8, still P11. We got coming around now. Leclerc's in the pits. Matt is looking for some fresh tires. Got a racing point. Let's see, the Mercedes of Jonesy gets a 26.4. That's P5. Looks like the AlphaTauris are working together here. Maybe a little slingshot action. You can see both cars there, Positive and Aerox. Aerox going to dip into the pits, Positive as well. like the Haas of DG Hyper 2 is just going on the lap. Now, he was a big winner from both races in the practice session last Tuesday, showing tremendous speed, able to come back from the back of the grid there in the second race. Found his way through the grid up to the front spot and took a pretty commanding win. We're on board with him as he cruises into Sector 2. Little switchback S, short straight, and then a hard braking right-hander. Got another short straight, and this is a real tricky turn here. Hard on the brakes. Reduces into a hard left-hander. Back on the throttle, trying to keep the power down into the DRS, into Sector 2. Very well done. Short shift there as he powers out of the corner, trying to carry the momentum here in the sweeping right-hander. That curb on the right side is treacherous. Purple Sector 2 for the Haas of DG Hyper 2. It's B Mars in the chat. What's up, B Mars? See a slow day at school. Appreciate you tuning in. All right, and here we see Hyper 2 coming across the line to get his time. P3 for him, 26.0. Joe 79, yet to get a time, is on a lap now. Let's take a look back at the Ferrari. That's Lando on a lap. Both the Williams are on out lap. Let's team back to Carroll. He's going to be the next one across. Terrell in the Ferrari. Purple Sector 2 for the Ferrari, putting together a pretty good lap here. We got 8 people tuning in today. Thank you so much. Again, this is High Performance Racing League debut race here. Round 1 in Bahrain. It is a 2-race format. Feature race followed up by a 1 through 10 reverse grid second race. It is full damage for both races. No safety car here, so a lot of respect given by the drivers. Carroll gets him a lap. 128.6, that's P13 right now. We've got Matt on an out lap, Leclerc on an out lap. Who's coming in behind him? Blade's on an out lap. It's going to be Joe 79 slipping by there as the slower traffic gives way. Joe 79, one of the few drivers yet to put a time up, should get a pretty good one here. Joe jumping up into P9, 27.0, P9 for him. Blade goes on a lap there. Lando Norris on his lap. We've got one of the AlphaTauris back here. That looks like Aerox. He is on a lap. Lando's behind him. Let's see. Spiffo gets a lap in, 27.1. Steadfast with the lap as well, 129.2. A lot of traffic on the course here. Let's take a look. We've got TES Roland coming around in the Renault. Looking for a time to improve. 27.2 is going to dip into the pits for some fresh tires. I think Matt is going to be the second one across. That's going to be Leclerc. In the Red Bull, DRS opens up, and he's going to get a P5. P5 for him. Matt, his teammate, right behind him, looking to improve as well. Does not. Both Red Bulls 5-6 as of right now. Brad SR, unfortunately, valid in the back section there. Blade comes around for his lap. Will improve up to P11, 27.0. That's a good lap by him. All right, Aerox 1000 comes across. That's going to bump him up to P9, 26.7. Jonas is trying to get him a lap here too. Jonas in the other Renault, 27.4. So everybody's got a time here now. Right now we got Levis out front, 25.7, followed very closely by Lando Nor. Brad SR in behind him, DG Hyper 2 in fourth as of right now. Looks like our Racing Point will be the next one across. That's going to be Steadfast. Oh no, Joe79 in the chat says he has the frame rate glitch and is the host. Rest in peace. It's going to be a tough one. 27.2 for Steadfast. That's going to bump him up 3 spots into P16. Matt in with a big time there. 25.9, moving him up to P3. Rain goes on a lap. Let's see who we got in the back here. Is that going to be Hyper coming around the penultimate? Nope, that's going to be Blade. Already got a lap, so he's going to dip in. Roland is in the pits. We saw Jonas grab him a time on those softs. He's currently invalid anyways. We got Aerox coming in and a positive coming in. Both of the teammates of the AlphaTauri's 9-10 right now, sitting dead smack in the middle of the grid. It's going to be tough for Joe. I have been a victim of that frame rate glitch, and it is not easy to manage. Alright, let's take a look. We've got Carroll on an out lap, and our current pole sitter, Levis, is in the pits. We're going to dip back to Carroll in the Ferrari here. Big long straight here in Bahrain. Hard on the brakes. Tight and low into the corner. Get the power down, cut the inside apron. DRS opens up. And you got another pretty long straight here. Brakes, brakes, gears, gears, gears. Hard right. And that's going to conclude Sector 1. As you enter in Sector 2, you've got a switchback S. You're going to stay real tight to the insides on both of those S's. A lot of momentum carried there by Carroll. Track wide yellow here. Not sure what's going on there. You see the Ferrari screaming down the Sector 2 DRS straight. Open left-hander. Slight right. And then the big sweep and turn here that leads into Sector 3. Carroll's going to need a good time here. 128.6, well off the pace for the front runners here. Currently sitting P19. We were looking at a full grid today when no show couldn't make it in time. Carroll in for a P10. Big improvement there, 26.6. That's a good lap. We've got a Williams back here. That looks like Spiffo on Sector 3 straight. And we've got... oh, looks like maybe a spin there. Looks like the lobby is super dead. Might be a restart here, guys. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, I think this lobby might be having some trouble. It's got people all over the track. There we go. Blade on a lap. 127.0 on the softs. Jonas just starting a lap in the Renault, now sitting P19 after that climb by TES Carroll. Currently seeing Blade 693 in P14 with a 27.0, not far off the pace of the guy ahead, Joe79 in the McLaren. Convex Thunder, hello in the chat. Welcome to the stream. This is the season opener for High Performance Racing League. Let's take a look here. Carroll's invalid, trying to get back around. Who's that behind him? It's QJ in the Alfa Romeo. 26.8 right now, sitting P12. Definitely trying to improve here. Wants to be a little further up the grid for this first start. Gonna stick in P12 there. Doesn't look like he improved. Spiffo into the pits. Joe Pelly, 27.2 now, comes around the penultimate. DRS is going to open up. He's going to look to improve from P18. Does not, P18. All right. Bunch of people on out laps. You can see 1 through 9 all out on the track right now, trying to get some laps in right here at the end. 1 minute, 30 seconds to go in regulation quality time here. Joe's invalid on an out lap, but he's going to come back around. Everybody trying to get a last minute time here and jump up. The guys to watch right here, Lando, Nor, and Levis. Looks like we might have a restart. Someone's left the lobby. Check with league administration here. All right, there's a big race winner in the preseason practice. Hyper 2 in the Haas coming around for a lap. Rain is coming around on a lap. Let's see if we can find our front runner here. That's not him. Okay. A lot of traffic here. There's positive. All right, Joe Pelly making a jump, 26.8 in P12. Right now, we've got Levis up front, 25.7. He's been there and stayed there. Currently invalid on this lap. Roland's coming around. Jonas is staying at the bottom, P19. TES Roland getting a P11 jump right at the buzzer. Joe 7.9 to P12. Let's see what Lando Nor puts up here as he comes across the line. Can he steal away the top spot? Does not appear that he did. He did get a purple sector 3, but it wasn't enough to dethrone the Racing Point. Here comes Jonesy around. This is going to be the last time for them. Jonesy's going to stay P8. DG Hyper is going to stay in P5. He's invalid here unless he gets bumped down by a faster guy behind. Just Bahrain, who he battled with in the preseason practice. Mercedes showed tremendous pace in that race. Rain jumping all the way up to P3 with that time, 25.7. That's a big lap. Racing Point is on an out lap. Going to try to get one more. Leclerc's in at P5. Matt 45 is going to cross the line. Dips into the pits instead. Looks like both of the Renaults are concluded. So we got Joe Pelly in the pits now. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how you're going to finish up. We got the pole sitter out front. Looks like the lobby is very, very messed up here. It's showing him still on an out lap as he's already gone around. Alright, we're going to see how this plays out. That's going to be it. The Racing Point's going to take us out. P1. Yeah, that is an incredibly close time there. Look at that. Just under 0.02 of a second separate the top four. Very, very close together are the top four. This should be a spicy race for everyone. extremely close together. We got 13 viewers now. Thank you so much for tuning in. For you guys that missed it, this is the season opener for High Performance Racing League. This is the very first race of the season. I am AJ Mars. I'm going to be hosting the race and commentating for you guys. It is a 2-race setup. First race is going to be based on the short quality results, which you see on the screen there. Second race is going to be a reverse grid 1 through 10 based on how they come across the line in the first race. All right, there is no safety car, there is full damage, and you are going to see choice of tire for the second race. So there is going to be a battle for the front, but those guys in the back are going to be battling for that P10 spot. That's going to put them right at the front of the grid on the second race. Little friendly banter in the chat here with the guys. Looks like everybody's getting primed up for the race. Once everybody gets through the results here. Yes, Aerox is here. Safe Space Racing friend. I see the little bit there, man. Thanks a lot. Yep, Aerox is new addition today. Lobby is looking a little suspect. Had the full course yellows and some suspicious looking caution lights there. So hopefully everything holds together here for the main race. All right, there we go. Everybody's seen the results, and we're jumping in the lobby now. It's going to be just a second while everybody gets their race strategy set up. Teams are communicating, deciding who's going to stop when. With this being the season opener, I want to wish all the drivers here at High Performance Racing League good luck. May you have a good race and stay out of trouble. Just a reminder, there is full damage and no safety cars, so you guys that are driving, tuning into the stream, be careful. Keep that in mind. Do not ready up before the host as well. That's a big no-no too. Joe79 is going to be the host today, so do not ready up. Let everybody get their strategies on. Don't want to catch a silly penalty or race ban because of that kind of stuff. Just give it a minute. Let everybody get settled in and get their race strategies put up. Once you see Joe79 ready up, then you are free to ready up. So if you are not Joe and you don't see a timer at the top, don't hit that A button. You don't want to catch it. All right, there we go, guys. We see pit lane. All the cars on the grid. Everybody standing by, waiting to get their setups and strategies all formulated onto the car. Bahrain is a fun track. It's pretty hot here, so they do night races under the lights, which is going to be great. It is known for tire wear. This is 25% race. Tire wear will come into effect. I got Jamie the G here in the chat. What's up, Jamie? Be just a moment. They're trying to get Brad SR back in. Once he's in and gets his strategy all sorted out, then we're going to go to racing. All right, there's the last couple of guys filing in. Looks like some lag issues dropped some of the drivers, but we're going to be back here in just a second. Shalom, Jamie the G Racing Association, in supporting the stream. We appreciate it. Here we go. Just waiting on everybody to get back in now. We apologize about the technical difficulties. If you've played the game and you're watching along, you know this does happen. We've been plagued with it since the start of 2020, so it's nothing new. Yeah, Jamie, that's right. We do have 2 GRA drivers in the grid here. It's a good group of guys here. Been kind of working with them behind the scenes. Yeah, that is correct. Codemasters is a joke. Hopefully the buyout goes through, and hopefully it's an improvement. The game has some tremendous potential, but I feel like it's fallen short. But that's kind of most games that are coming out nowadays. They rush the game out for sales, but then we get a half-done game, and it's up to the end user, the players, to beta test and solve the problems, and that's just not right. As much money as goes into these, you think they could get it put together. We got new consoles coming out. I think the new Xbox is out. People are already starting to receive their orders, so that should be interesting. I know there was some speculation about heat issues, and I know the PS5 is also talking about it. There's Lando in the chat. Hello, Lando. Welcome to the chat. G Racing Association says he's on Forza right now on the Brazil track, and Rio de Janeiro is incredible. It is a lot of fun, I must agree. All right, we're still standing by, waiting on everybody to get back in here. I see Joe in the chat saying, let's go, let's go. All right, Joe has readied up. We see the timer at the top. It's time to go racing here in Bahrain. Lando said he's racing on his new Xbox right now. Be sure and let us know how it goes, man. Might get you in the chat after this or get you into the post race so we can talk about how that works out for you. All right, the cars are on the grid. Formation lap is underway. Let's take a look at what everybody's got fitted. A lot of soft tires all the way through P10. You got 11 and 12, Roland and Joe both on the mediums, Aerox on the softs, Joe Pelli on the mediums, soft for its QJ and Blade, Spiffo, it's Steadfast, both on the mediums, and then Jonas back there on the softs. It's going to be interesting. A few different strategies there. Like I said, we all know that this track is terrible on tires. We'll chew them up. He's saying the Rio track is what a street circuit should be. It's a lot of fun on there. I've done it a few times. I really enjoy it. Joe's still struggling from the frame rate glitch. Said he is trying to drive with 5 FPS. I had it happen to me, I think in Spa, in another league, and it was a labor of love. Most of the race of a 50%er, I had the frame rate glitch. It's almost nauseating at some points because you've got so much going and all the jumping around. All right, there we go. Racing Point bringing us through the last sector here of the formation lap. Turn one's always really spicy here. Got a long straight down the start straight, and it dives into a really hard right-hander. So, guys, remember, it is full damage. There is no safety car. The race isn't won in turn one. Leave space. Let's get through there nice and clean so we can get everybody racing here. It's going to be fantastic. All right. Leaders grouping everybody back up here. All right, and the cars are starting to split up, going back to their spots on the grid. Once everybody forms up, we are going to open up the season for this brand new league, High Performance Racing League. It's going to be awesome, guys. Looks like we got some telemetry on the drivers. All right, here we go. Everybody's formed up and ghosted now. We're on lap 2 already. This lobby's going to have to be reset. I can tell you that right now. 5 lights. And we are away. A lot of desynced cars there. As you can see, half a dozen guys ghosted. Already showing lap 2. Somebody is around. Who was that got turned around? Oh, cars everywhere. Steadfast. Looks like Joe Pelli is around. A lot of beating and banging there in the first part. Lando Norr up ahead in the Ferrari. Gets away clean. Matt right behind him. Brad SR in the McLaren. Our pole sitter has fallen all the way back to 4th place here. All right, we see our telemetry has corrected itself back to lap 1. You can see all the cars filing in there in behind the leader. Big train of cars, random yellow flags. Ferrari's getting out to a quick lead, 1.3 seconds. Dip back a little bit here and see if we can catch some of the action. Everybody's still really close together. You can see the train of cars there going down the Sector 3 straight into the penultimate corner. Not a lot of action at the moment. Everybody's spread out pretty far. There's our preseason winner, DG Hyper 2 in the Haas, looking to make a run down the straight. Jonesy ghosted ahead of him. A lot of cars desynced right now. See the Ferrari ghosted, the Mercedes ghosted. Couple of cars in the pits. Looks like the Renault got turned around. Steadfast we saw was collected. It's QJ also in the pits changing tires and wings. That looks like the group that got turned around in the first go around. Looks like everybody going, the Racing Point going to the hard tire. Lando Norris still out front. Matt's closed the gap a little bit, 4/10 off of him. Get some of this off of here so we can take a look. There you can see cars still very bunched together. Our pole sitter's falling all the way back to 4th place. Trying to get caught back up to the front. A lot of cars bunched up here, like 4th place back to about 10th place, all very close together. You can see them all just a few car lengths apart. Blue flags are flashing. Like I said, lobby does appear to be having some trouble. Everybody is still racing. We're 3 laps now into it as TES Matt sets the fast time, 29.4. Now it's saying Levis is a lap down, which is not correct. Roland gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pits in his Renault. You see Joe and Positive back there duking it out. Got quite the battle going here as he goes around Joe. Joe's struggling with a frame rate glitch. You can tell as he tends to fall back there with that. It's going to be a tough break. It's very hard to drive with. There you can see Carroll on the back of the Mercedes and the Ferrari has closed the gap. Very close now, looking to attack. Lap 3 will initiate the DRS. We're going to see some overtakes start happening here. There you go. You can see the fins open up on the back of the Ferrari. And he looks to the inside, making short work of the Mercedes. Mercedes looking for a switchback here, though. Not able to get it done. Both the Mercedes are now linked up there. P5, P6 as Carroll in the Ferrari moves up. Let's take a look back up at the front here. Front runners still the same. Lando Norr, Matt 45, Brad SR, all lined up there in a train of DRS. Carroll well back now, though, 3 seconds out of that. The Mercedes both teamed up here. As you can see, Jonesy going very wide there. Almost loses the car. And Roland has retired from the session. That looks like terminal damage. Oh, it does not. It looks like the car's still underway there in Sector 2. Let's see if we can check out Joe and see what happened here. Looks like the Renault's still underway. Hard to tell. We got the Mercedes here in the pits early on. Quite a lot of drama going on. Rolling a little frustrated there in the chat. Looks like there might have been some contact back there that said that's enough for me. Oh, and it looks like our pole sitter, Levis, in the Racing Point around all the way back to last place. Tough break there. Lando Norris still out front. Matt right on his heels. Brad SR in tow in the McLaren. Still a 3-second gap there to the Ferrari, and another second and some change to the Haas of Hyper 2. Leclerc and the Red Bull looking to make a move here on Jonesy, the other Mercedes. Just a half second off there. We're going to see if this battle develops. All right, there we go. Leclerc is closing the gap. You can see him there. He's going to try to make a move down the DRS straight, but Jonesy able to get DRS off the car that dives into the pit there. That's going to hamper Leclerc from being able to get some ground here. It's going to be very close, but he's going to run out of time before he gets to the first corner. A lot of cars in the pits here. Matt goes to the medium tires. Brad on the medium tires. Carroll on the medium tires. Hyper 2 on the medium tires. That's the soft runners, guys. They're all in for tires now. Lando Norris trying to open a big gap here. 6 seconds in the Ferrari. He's got Jonesy in tow. Leclerc there right with Jonesy trying to close the gap. Blade's going to move up to P4 with the pit stops. Positive right behind him. Can see him in tow there, as you see from the TV pod. The Haas well in range now. Joe 79 doing well with the frame rate glitch on the medium tires all the way up to P6 after that first front running group pit stops. You can see Lando continues to extend his lead. Jonesy 6 seconds back has got Leclerc all over the back of him in the Red Bull. All right, he's closed the gap here. Plenty of battery. He's got it engaged. He's going to hit the DRS here, and he should be able to get by him on the front straight. I'm going to take a look over the back wing, and you'll watch Leclerc. As soon as that DRS engages, he's going to make a run. Oh, they both dip into the pits. Time for fresh tires. That's going to mix up the front runners here. Lando in the pits as well. Long stop for him as he gets a nose. Medium tires for him. Everybody's going to pile out together. Blade's going to stay out on the softs, taking the front spot away. Joe behind him staying out as well on the mediums. Aerox right there in tow in the AlphaTauri takes P3. All right, Brad SR, Matt 45 moving up. Carroll right behind him. Hyper on the fresh tires, making quick work of the Mercedes. You can see the train of cars after the pit stops. They're all linked back up in another DRS train. It's going to be real hard to make some passes here for these guys towards the back. Aerox, a little over a half second behind Joe. Stuck it out there on the soft tires. He's going to have to pit here pretty soon. Let's take a look at the back here. Jonesy losing time to Lando Norris, who is just pitted for fresh mediums. We see It's QJ catching a 3-second penalty there, coming across from race control. Too many times over the colored stripes there. He's collecting some penalties. A little wiggle there by the Ferrari. A little early on the power. Those tires still seem to be a little cold. We got Blade and Aerox dipping in the pits. That's going to put Joe 79 back up front. Quite the gap, 7 seconds right now, but he is on older medium tires, 7 laps. We got a three-way battle here as Brad SR looks on the inside of Spiffo into turn 1, getting it done easily. We got another battle here right behind. Carroll, Hyper, Rain, and Lando all very close together, tangled up. Big train of DRS cars. Ferrari looks right, not able to get it done just yet. Mercedes still in range of the DRS there. Goes a little wide, comes back on the track, right across the nose of Lando. Lando able to dodge him. Very close there. Nope. We do not, good sir. Please do not spam in my chat. Good day to you, sir. All right, back to the race. Lando right in the back of the Mercedes. You got Ferrari, Mercedes, Ferrari, Mercedes. It's a mix of the big constructors here. The Haas sandwiched in there in the middle makes a move around Carroll, getting it done. Big moves here in the middle of the track. You can see the cars very close together. Lando impatient back there. You can see him bobbing and weaving. He's looking for a spot past that Mercedes. P7 is just blocking. Good defense by the Mercedes. Lando's moving him around, trying to get him to make a mistake. Matt with the fast time on the mediums, 29.2. That's going to be the time to beat right now. Matt currently sitting P2, but charging. Leclerc steals it away, 29.2 on the medium tire as well. A lot of bobbing and weaving there. You see the Mercedes doing everything he can to keep the Ferrari at bay. Oh, there's a little wheel touch. Lando loses the front end a little bit, dropping back. Hard battle into the turn 2. Blade has gotten past Positive back here after the pit stop. Looks like Positive maybe overshot the corner. Aerox, his teammate, just ahead now. Looks like he maybe went a little hot. Step back up to this front battle. Big constructors duking it out. Oh, there goes Lando on the inside. Huge move there. Outbreaks the Mercedes, dips right underneath into the DRS. The Ferraris have linked up. The Mercedes have linked up. What a battle we have going here in the midfield. Both Ferraris are going to have to work together here. We see Spiffo catching a 3-second penalty as well. Lando Norr catches a 3-second penalty too. They're battling here. Are the teammates going to work together? Carroll going to let him by? Lando dips out, not able to get by. These two have to be careful here. Constructor partners, they don't want to take each other out of the race. We see Joe finally dip into the pits on those mediums. He's going to come out on the soft tire. Lando looks to the inside here into turn 1, gets by his teammate, TES Carroll. Lando charging back up the field after the pit stops. Again, just a train of cars here in the DRS. Hyper now looking to fend off Lando, who is cutting through the pack after he gets the fresh tires. You can see Hyper there in the Haas right behind Spiffo. Spiffo caught a penalty a minute ago. Lando very close to the back here. Hyper out of DRS range at the disadvantage. You see them very close together there. Again, Lando dips to the inside. Gets the DRS, engages the battery. Going to be a drag race down the straight. You can see there, the Haas well ahead and has to concede the spot. Lando gets him another one. Now he's got a sight set on Spiff up there. But as we saw in the preseason race, Hyper has great pace. With the DRS, he could move back up. Looks like we got a car off the track. It's QJ losing the car in Sector 2. Doesn't appear to have any damage. Maybe just getting a little too excited on the cold tires. Spiffo in the pits now. That's going to put Lando back up into P3, but Hyper taking advantage of the DRS. Going to go a long way around into turn 1. Can he get it done? Very close together. Has the switchback. DRS for Lando. Can he get it done? Looking to the inside. Hyper leaving room, but not much. Retains his spot there in P3. Doing a great job defending there. Tremendous praise by both drivers. Very close together, battling hard, but leaving the space. We're going to see if Lando can dip back underneath again this time. 2 times now. He's underneath, very tight. Has to back out. Almost loses the rear end there. Very, very close race. Looks like It's QT has pulled it in the pits and called it a day for Alfa Romeo after the spin, well out of the race. Has called it a day. Hyper and Lando still battling. Lando makes a lunge to the right. Both Mercedes and the Red Bull back there of Leclerc taking advantage of this battle here. You look over the back here, Lando's going to take a move here on the start straight. He's got the DRS. Running out of room. Well ahead. See Joe 79 take the fast lap, 29.1. And there you see Hyper went for the switchback, didn't have enough momentum. Lando reclaims the spot. They're battling back and forth down the DRS straights. Carroll now trying to take advantage of this battle as well. Dips in behind his teammate. Oh, big wheel bang. Big wheel bang there. And a reset to track. That was tremendous there. Carroll tries to stick it in there. Looks like the right rear of Hyper catches Carroll's left front. Spins him around, dropping back. Hyper now into P4 with that move. Leclerc is duking it out here with the Mercedes, able to catch up with that battle ahead, slowing up the lead cars. He's going to have to dip back inside the Mercedes here. You can look over the back of Jonesy here, and you can see Leclerc in tow of the two Mercedes. You have to wonder, are the Mercedes working together here? Bahrain fast, trying to hold this car up so the teammate can get some distance. Jonesy pulling away there. You can see the DRS. Joe 79 again lowering the time, 29.0 in the softs. See Bahrain looks to the inside. Jonesy around the outside trying to get the switch back. Jonesy gets it back. Quite the battle we got here for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Hyper pulling away from this group as they battle is all the way back on Lando again. You can see that second group there in tow. Mercedes, Red Bull. Carroll, after the spin, is caught back up to this group, just out of DRS. The two front runners are also battling it out. Matt 45 and Brad SR. Brad SR has him in view, still a ways out though, just inside the DRS range. Just looking to close it up. These are the main battles. You got the two front runners battling it out, and then you've got 2 or 3 guys here in the back fighting for 4th, 5th, and 6th. The Mercedes are now back into DRS range of the Haas and P4 Hyper 2. They come down the start straight. He's looking for a piece of Lando for that P3 spot. Lando defensively placing the car right on the inside of the corner, making Hyper go the long way around, squeezing him into turn 2. Great defensive move there. Left room, but not much to do anything with it. Spiffo still in away the fast time, 28.2 on the soft tires for Williams. Brad SR up now into 0.4 of a second. This is the second to last lap of the first race here. This is going to be big. Looks like Blade here has got Aerox a second back, so he's looking at taking the pole position out for the second race if he can hang on to that P10 spot. Let's take a look at the session info and see who's got penalties. So Matt, penalty free. We've got Brad SR, penalty free. Lando with a 3-second. The Haas of Hyper behind him all the way back through the Ferrari in P8. No penalties there, so that 3-second penalty is going to hurt him here. Lando had a good race, but that 3-second penalty is going to drop him all the way back into P9th if we finish the way we are. Everybody very close together. Brad SR now looking to make a move on the final lap. He's closed the gap up into just 2 to 3/10 of a second. We're going to stay with the front runners here and see if Brad can get it done. He's got the DRS. Matt's going to have to be very defensive here, making him go the long way around. The big move's going to have to come in the DRS straight in Sector 2. He's going to need to keep the gap close here. He's going to have to get a good line out of that hard left-hander, and if he can... Oh, no, we see another penalty for Lando Norris. That's 6 seconds now. That's going to drop him way back. The Mercedes able to get by him. The Ferrari looking to get a piece of that back. All right, here we go. This is where it's got to happen for Brad. Does not get a good run out of the corner. Matt well ahead now. It's going to be very tough for him to close the gap here in the closing moments of this race. Joe Pelly getting a fast lap there, 28.4 right at the buzzer. Let's see if that holds up. All right, here we go. This is for the win here. Oh, and the McLaren catches a 3-second penalty. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the other McLaren. So we're still penalty-free up front. They are fighting for position here. Matt's going to take the win. Brad SR right behind him. Hyper 2 going to get that last spot on the podium. There we go. The Mercedes jumps. Lando Norris falling all the way back to P8 with those penalties. Blade jumping up into P9. Joe 7-9 currently looking at the P10 bubble depending on penalties. And Positive jumps in. Positive in the P10 bubble is going to be our first racer off for the second race. Positive, Blade, Lando, Carroll closing out the front 2 rows for the start of the next race. Here comes Jonas down the final straight. He's steadfast in the racing point. He's going to jump. Eric's catching a lot of penalties here, jumping way back down the grid. Let's take a look. The fast lap right now is going to be that man, Joe Pelly, 28.4 on the second to last lap of the race. 28.4 is going to be the fast lap. He's looking at probably additional points for that. Jumping up into the P15 spot. That guy, Levis, desynced, I believe. Showed him his 4 laps down, so I don't know if he's left the session or not. Still showing his car there. But he is completed. He is ghosted. It looks like he might be desynced. So that's going to be the finish for the first race, guys. Matt 45 taking out the big win. Brad SR right behind him. DG Hyper 2 on the last spot on the podium. Just remember, second race is reverse grid, so that P10 spot, Positive, going to be our pole sitter for the second race. Blade right behind him. Lando Norris and his teammate, TES Carroll in the Ferrari, is going to be in that second row. So stay with us, guys. There's going to be a brief break here. We're going to have to get everybody back to the lobby screen. They're going to do the reverse grid and get it all set up, and then we'll be right back. Feel free to get in the chat, ask about the stream, ask some questions. Feel free to talk. It's going to be just a moment here, and we'll be right back with you. Red Bull taking the big win today. We do have a race, so don't go anywhere. It's going to be just a few moments while they get that second session set up. Yeah, I was wondering about that as well. We did see that wing change. Just going to look at the incidents here. Lots of warnings. Roland caught that early 5-second. That cost him. Not a lot of penalties there. Really not. A couple of guys catching some late in the race. Nothing too crazy. You can see there the damage at the early part. Jonas Steadfast, It's QJ, and Joe Pelly catching some damage. That looks like might have been the incident into turn 1. We saw a couple of people get turned around there. Alright, timer's up, guys. We're going to load back into the lobby. And then we're going to see them set that grid up. So it's going to be just a few moments. Feel free to chat amongst yourselves here. I will be here to answer questions. All right, the second race is going to be right back here at Bahrain. So give everybody a few minutes. Once we got everybody situated back in the lobby, they're going to do the reverse grid. So give the lobby host a second here. And we're hearing from Joe79, lobby host. He said he is going to reset the lobby. So bear with us. We're going to put you on a pause screen here. Don't go anywhere. It's going to be just a few minutes. We're going to come right back for the second race. But you can tell there were some issues there with the mini map giving us false yellows. Some people desynced. So they're going to reset the lobby. We'll be right back after this. I will be able to hear we'll be able to see the chat. So feel free to continue talking in the chat. We're going to put up the logo for HPRL while they take care of that, guys. Thank you. All right, everybody. Thanks for being patient and welcome back. This is the second race of round 1 here at High Performance Racing League. The grid's going to be reversed 1 through 10. There's going to be some slightly different changes from what you saw at the finish due to some discrepancies in where everyone finished. It kind of glitched and put some people out of place. So that's what took so long. League coordinators are getting that all sorted out and getting everybody in the right spots. So this will be another 25% race. Like I said, all drivers will have the choice of tire. Hopefully this lobby goes a little smoother than the last one, but I appreciate everybody sticking around here for the second race. There is Ms. Devious Gaming in the chat. Hello, Ms. Devious. Thank you. Yeah, Joe, all right. No problem. We understand. You know, we saw there as a couple people came across the line, it moved them way around. I mean, we know Levis wasn't 4 laps down, so it's okay. Not a big deal. We understand. Thanks for getting it turned around as fast as you did. That's all right, Miss Devious. Thank you for stopping in. I understand you're working. Our second race here. Yep. Convex is as well. Thank you guys for supporting. I appreciate it. All right, so just like before in the first race, everybody's going to take a second, get their race strategy set up. Now with this race, we're not doing a quali because it is custom grid, so they're going to have their choice of tire going into the race. So we're going to see some different strategies here. I would be safe to say that a lot of guys are going to go with that soft tire, but wear here is excessive. Tire wear is excessive here, so they're going to switch around. You might see some guys run that medium and then go to the soft tire, but it's really up to them and how they want to run their race. So TES Matt 45 was the winner of the last race in the Red Bull. So he got some pretty good points there on that one. Joe Pelli got the fast lap of the first race right at the end of the session, so I'm sure he's going to get some extra points on that. So that's good for him. I'm sure he'd rather been higher up in the grid, but he will take what he could get. All right, guys, the timer's set. Joe is readied up. If you guys are ready, start plugging away at that A button. Let's get this race underway. Big shout out for everybody tuned in today. This is the season opener for High Performance Racing League. This will probably be my last week hosting it and streaming it. We were just giving them a good hand. Normally I do have a co-host. This is a brand new league, and they are just getting started. They've got a stream team set up, but they had to get a few of their details lined out. So for this one, I'm just helping out. I did their preseason practice race, and then I'm doing their season opener today, and then I think their guys are going to be lined out to take over. So we're just doing some friendly help here with an up-and-coming league. A couple of these guys race in a league I race in. Leclerc races with GRA with me, G Racing Association. Aerox 1000 races in OTL, which I commentate on Sunday afternoons. There's a couple other guys I think I've raced with here and there. But we're just helping out, doing a solid, helping with the community. I know some of these leagues are up and coming, and they're trying to get started, so they were a little short-handed. I was thrown in the hat there by a friend. He put my name in there. Krob races with OTL and in the SSR league with me. Put my name out there and said that I'd be a good addition to help out until they got set up. So I was big shout out to Krob for keeping me in mind. I appreciate it. But gonna help behind the scenes a little bit. Like I said, they're just getting started, so give them a few pointers on the streaming and things like that. They're doing well. Hopefully it goes well for them. We want to see them thrive. Formula One's kind of a niche community here. There's not a lot of us, and just like us streamers, we got to stick together. So we want to see everybody succeed and do well. But yeah, so on my Saturday nights, I typically have a co-host. Lately, it's been Mr. GB Sanderson helping me out in the Tier 1 races, and then of course Lugie's in the box with me on Sundays for the OTL races. Always a good commentating session there. Me and Lugie have good chemistry, so I look forward to Sundays with Lugie. Joe in the chat saying he's still got the FPS glitch. It's horrible, horrible for Joe. I've done it. It's not fun at all. Very, very hard to drive with. So with the reverse grid, you're going to have Positive in the AlphaTauri taking us out on the pole position. Blade in the second spot. Lando Norris in third, and his teammate TES Carroll in the other Ferrari, closing out that second row. Now we saw a lot of mixing up here. The Mercedes and the Ferraris having quite the battle there in the middle into the closing portions of the race. Be interesting to see if they tangle up again. And we've got the last bit of the grid pulling back up into their respective pit or grid boxes here. In just a moment, we're going to see the lights come on and we're going to go racing. There we go. The cars are set. I'm going to dip back to the back here so we can kind of see the action take off. Alright, we're still waiting on somebody to sync. Looks like it's QT is ghosted. His car's present now. Oh no. The Mercedes looks desynced as well. That's going to be Bahrain. You can see the car jumping around. Not looking good. Levis is also going to go. Look like Levis had some definite issues on the last one. It's the Codemasters, the Codemasters, the Codemasters. Here we go. Looks like the pitch strategy synced up. Somebody's lagged out. Not sure who it is. I think it's Levis in the Racing Point. I'm unable to see. You can see the Mercedes jumping around like a lowrider there. Definitely having some issue here. Levis, yeah, Levis. Levis is having issues last race too. Was showing 4 laps down. Looked like he was completely desynced from the lobby, but still racing around. He's going to have to leave so we can get started here. All right, we're hanging on here. All right, now everyone is ghosted. Yep, Levis is desynced. And he's gone. We're going to go racing. It's got him up in P1. This lobby is super dead. This is definitely going to play with the telemetry here. Positive gets a good run. Looks like the Haas cuts the corner there. A lot of cars around. We got a Williams around. That looks like Spiffo got turned around back there, well off, and he catches an insult to injury penalty there, 3 seconds for corner cutting. Lando Norris jumps out to the lead, Positive there behind him, the pole sitter for this race. TES Carroll, his teammate, right there with him. Here come the Mercedes, as predicted. Jonesy dips right underneath. Bahrain goes in hard, sending the car. Bahrain ghosted out, as you can see there. Absolutely sends the car there in that turn. Doesn't make contact though, able to stay free and clear. Lando Norris out front early, 1 second lead. Take a look to the back of the pack here. You can see the cars very close together. A few battles going on back here. Still quite a few cars appear to be ghosted. You can see both Racing Points back there ghosting in and out of each other. Spiffo with the turnaround in turn 1 is well back from everyone. And that's going to be Levis showing in first place, completely desynced from the lobby. Lando Norris has got it. There's Levis has rejoined. He's going to have to be careful when he takes over. I think he's still going to be well out of contention here. The lobby times are going to be messed up as well. You can see he just ran a 20.4 second lap. So we're going to have to pay attention to the fast lap. Somebody's around. Lando Norris still well out front now. Telemetry is completely bonkers right now. Give me just a second here and I'll use some telemetry magic to see who's who right now. Lando Norris out front quite a ways now. Looks like everything's sinking back up. 2.8 second lead for Lando Norris, positive right behind him. You got Jonesy a few tenths off here. Then we got a big train of cars here all battling it out. Yellow flag, looks like Joe 79 is around. No damage. He's off the left there, letting everybody get by. 10-second penalty for exceeding track limits, Joe 79. Struggling with that frame glitch. There goes my telemetry again. Yeah, Zamp does look like SSR round 2. Absolute chaos the whole race because of the telemetry glitches. All right, guys, so we've got the Ferrari of Lando Norris out front. Looks like the Mercedes of Brad SR and that's a McLaren of Brad SR and Bahrain making some contact there, bumping wheels. Very heated battle here. They are duking it out. Looks like Bahrain is around. Joe, as predicted, has retired the car. Bahrain gets turned around. Looks like battling it out there. TES Leclerc lagging a little bit as well. You can see the X in his car jumping all over the place. That's going to be very hard for the Renault to get by. All right, looks like my telemetry has synced back up. We got Lando Norris out front here. Positive in behind. Jonesy right behind him in the Mercedes. TES Carroll in P5 right in his gearbox. The race winner from the first race, Matt 45 there as well in the Red Bull. Brad SR moving up into P7 after the spin by Bahrain in the Mercedes. Joe said he's retired the car. He said it's too hard to drive with the frame rate glitch. It's not safe for the others. Much respect to Joe for calling it a day for the sake of the other racers there. Tough break, Joe. We hate to see it. Lando Norris now out to a 5-second gap. Well ahead. All he's got to do is keep clean here now. Jonesy. I don't think Jonesy could get any closer to the AlphaTauri without making contact there. They looked as though they were one car. Tremendous pace here. Dipping out to the right. Hyper has also retired from the session. I think he's had enough as well. Let's take a look. Not sure if that was a retirement or a terminal. We're going to dip into the incident report real quick and take a look. Terminal damage for the Haas. He is out of the race. Unlucky. Positive. And TES Carroll, Matt, Brad SR, just a sandwich of cars here all on top of each other. Leclerc has left the session as well. Looks like he might have lagged out. We could see him very laggy there at the beginning. Tough break with the host there. Looks like everybody's having some sync issues. It's QJ grabbing a 3-second penalty there for multiple warnings. This is a battle we're watching here. It's third place through 7th place. Everybody's battling it out here. We see the race winner from the first race, TES Matt 45, looking to get past the Ferrari of TES Carroll. Everybody in a train of DRS, no one with a real advantage here. We're going to see about 3 cars make moves here. Everybody's going to dive in different directions trying to get through turn 1 efficiently. It's like Brad SR in the pits. He went to, looks like, the medium tire. That's correct. Yellow stripes for Brad SR. He's made his stop, and he's looking to do the undercut here. Lando Norris still well out front. 7.6 seconds now. He's just absolutely pulling away from those guys behind. Joe said it's definitely Cody's issues. He said he's got a great connection. That's probably the case, man. Not the first time we've seen it. You know, the game has been pretty unstable from day one. You see the front pack here piling into the hard left-hander and into the Sector 2 straight. DRS opening up for those guys following Jonesy. Jonesy doing a good job of keeping them at bay. Lando now out to an 8-second lead. Steadily pulling away from all these guys behind him. Absolutely flying here in the Ferrari. If you look over the back of Jonesy, you can see the line of cars. We'll clip back to, there's Lando, Jonesy, and if you look over the back of Positive, you can see the train of cars behind him. You got Carroll and Matt. There goes Carroll making a move on the right, down the DRS straight, gets it done easy. As Roland catches a 5-second for speeding in the pits, a victim of that on the last go around as well. Now Carroll in the Ferrari looking to get a piece of Jonesy here. 4/10 off, looking to make a move in the Sector 2 straight. You can see the 3 cars there piling through the right-hander. Halfway through this second race. Oh, and you see there at the bottom of the screen, Positive losing the car, well left off into the runoff. Doesn't look like he makes contact with the wall, but he's going to lose quite a few positions there. Now we're looking for the Ferrari to make a move here. He needs a good run out of the corner. He will have the DRS. Into the slipstream he goes. Not going to get it done here. Waiting for the long straight there. Much bigger section to make the pass as It's QJ catches another 3-second penalty. Lando Norris out to a 9-second lead, running hot laps at this point as you see him into the pits. It's going to be in and out here. Does Jonesy go in as well? On the medium tires, he's going to stay out. Carroll on the medium tires is going to stay out as well. Jonesy's going to take the lead, but Carroll is going to quickly remove him from the first spot there into turn 1 using the DRS. The Mercedes for a switchback. Not able to get it done. Let's see if he can do it here in the DRS straight. This one's pretty short. I don't think he's going to have time. No, he does not. We're going to take a look back. Steadfast is getting attacked here by Positive. Goes right around him. And the Ferrari with fresh tires, Lando Norris on the mediums, is right in tow. In and out of the pits rapidly. Not far off now. He's looking to make quick work of Steadfast, as you can see, as he closes quickly. Jonesy falling a little off the Ferrari there. Aerox catching a penalty from race control. 3 seconds for that. Multiple warnings, exceeding track limits. There goes Lando Norris in the slipstream with the DRS. Closing very quickly to Steadfast. Steadfast with the lockup goes way wide. Lando dips right underneath. Positive in sight now. Lando very quick to close on him as well in the right-hander. You can see right there, Lando right in behind him. Lando going to go right around him on the right. Outbrakes him, gets underneath. Positive on the older tires, not able to fend him off. Jonesy losing out. Carroll is pulling away now. Lando, his teammate, is moving up as well. 11 seconds off the front runners at this point. Steadfast having to pit. Those mediums are worn out. Going to the soft tire for the racing point. He's going to lose a few positions there in the pits as well. 2 retirees. Joe taking the car back to the box due to the frame rate glitch for the safety of the other drivers. And it looks like Hyper 2 terminal damage. We didn't see what happened, but it does show in the race directory that he is not going to continue. Levi in the chat saying that his internet's playing up. Said he's frustrated. Telemetry still showing him well in first as he's de-seeked and has left the lobby. Tough break for Levi today. Carroll's starting to pull a lead here. 1.5 to Jonesy. Lando, who is pitted for fresh mediums, 10-second off and closing rapidly, a little over the halfway mark. 9 laps completed of a 14-lap race. Positive starting to lose a little time to the Ferrari of Lando, falling back to almost 2 seconds. Got a little battle back here. Jonas, Joe Pelli, and It's QJ. It's QJ collecting 6 seconds of penalties early in the race. Going to fall well back. These two are battling it out right now. This is the Williams of Joe Pelli and the Renault of Jonas. Slightly ahead of him is the Renault of Rolland, who caught a 5-second penalty. So he will lose some ground as well. We got Spiffo in the pits, Positive in the pits, TES Carroll in the pits. That's going to put Jonesy up into first. Lando back in the net too. Matt right behind him, still on the soft tires. Let's pull this up, take a look at the details. How many stops have we got? 1 stop for everyone except Bahrain, Levi, and Jonesy. Jonesy well out ahead, but he is yet to pit, so Lando's looking at your net P1 right now. Position changes, though. Big ones to notice. Rolland up 12 places right now. Big candidate for driver of the day. Aerox has left the session. Looks like maybe a lag out as well. Tough break. We might see Jonesy come in on this lap. He's on the mediums trying to stretch him. But he is going to have to pit. Now would be the best time. He's got a good gap to the third place cars. He gets in and pits now. He could probably come out P4-ish. There you go. You see him dip in. He's going to go to the soft tire here. That's going to give Lando the opportunity with the undercut to go right back up into that P1 spot. He's got medium tires. He's going to go all the way on these. 4 more laps to go. There you see Jonesy coming out right behind him. Lando passes him by. Matt's going to squeeze by him. Jonesy looking to come out P6. P6 for Jonesy coming out of the pits. He's got some cars coming up on him pretty rapid. He's going to have to get out. All right, there you go. He said just ahead of the Renaults. Joe Pelly making a move here on the Renault around the outside into turn 1. Gets it done cleanly. Renault battling back, though. You can see him there right in tow, as is his teammate. Looks to the left of the Williams. Oh, very close together. It's going to be close here. The Renault battling back. A little wide. Takes a position back. Great defensive move there. It's his spot back. Lando Norris out front now. 6 seconds to the guy behind him. Currently TES Matt. This is going to be your 1-2 battle, even though the telemetry is saying different. That's going to be due to a lag out glitch by Levi. Brad SR currently sitting P3 for the podium. So all these guys are actually 1 space up here. They're going to have fun sorting this one out at the end of the race. So we're 11 laps in right now. 11 laps into a 14-lapper. So we're coming into the closing laps here of this. Lando Norris out to a comfortable lead. No penalties for the Ferrari right now, as is the same for the Red Bull behind him. TES Carroll getting past Brad SR on the straight here. See if Brad can get that spot back. Carroll carries a lot of momentum through turn 1 and 2, pulling away. I don't think Brad's going to have a chance here with the DRS. We'll have to see. No, he's well off there. Not going to make it. Carroll with a good move into the corner. So far, very close racing. Lando Norris with an excellent undercut. Gets out well ahead after the first rounds of pit stops. Matt's comfortably ahead of TES Carroll, but Carroll is charging up the grid, who just got past Brad SR. You can see the gap opening up there. Brad now almost out of DRS range. If he loses that advantage, it's going to be tough for him to keep caught up. Going to dip back to the back here. We got It's QJ, Jonas, Positive, all battling it out here. It's QJ with quite a few penalties. He's currently P10, sitting at 6 seconds of penalties. The guy ahead, the Renault, has 3 seconds of Jonas. And it's QJ catching another one. That's going to be 9 seconds of penalties right now. That's going to drop him well back into 13th if they finish in this order. Tough break there for It's QJ. You see Joe Pelly catching up into Rolland there. Good race so far for him. Tough break. Spun around a little bit there early in the race, but has managed to fight his way back all the way into P8 and looking for a quick P7 here. We're going to go on board as he tries to make work of Rolland in the Renault. Carries tons of momentum past him. The Renault sticking it in there, though, not giving it easy. Doing the switchback. Lando comes alongside, makes contact. Doesn't lose the car. That's good hard racing by Joe Pelli there. Doesn't look like he was in the wrong on that one from my point of view. Both battling real hard in the late laps here, and it just didn't work out for the Renault. TES Carroll well up there. Now he's got a two-second gap to TES Matt, charging up for the Red Bull here. Still no penalties for the front runners. We are penalty free all the way through P8 right now, so all these guys are battling for position. Lando out to a 5.5 second lead on TES Matt at the moment. Carroll charging up from behind, now sub 2 seconds. Showing tremendous pace here, trying to close the gap in the last 2 laps. Don't think he's going to have enough time here, but he's looking at a good finish. Lando P1 right now, Matt P2, Carroll P3. That's your podium as it stands right now. Brad SR well back now, 3 seconds. As long as these front runners don't catch a penalty, they're going to stay in this order. Through Sector 1, it looks like Carroll's lost a little pace there. He's back over the 2 second mark, 2-2, 2-1. As the alarm system for the house goes off, apologize about that. Only close race we got right now is going to be It's QJ, 0.7 seconds to Jonas, but he's well back with penalties like we discussed before. He is looking at currently 9 seconds for the Alfa Romeo. That's not going to be good for him. All right. Ow. All right. Levi has been disqualified as it didn't pit stop him, so now my telemetry has reset to the proper order. Lando out front, coming around the penultimate. He is going to take the checkered flag on the next go-around. But we got the battle here. TES Carroll doing his best to close the gap to TES Matt 45. Still a 5 second gap there for Matt to Lando, but Carroll is charging now a 1.5 seconds, using everything he's got. You can see the battery completely empty there. Doing everything in his power to get caught up. Let's pull up some telemetry here and see just where everybody's at. So you can see Carroll there completely dead on the battery. Matt with about 13%, letting him defend. Lando well out front, not worried at all. Increasing that lead to 5.5 seconds. That's the battle right now. Brad's fallen off to 4 seconds. Carroll is running out of time here as they charge into Sector 2, halfway through the circuit. We got half a lap to go here. Half a lap to go. 1.5 seconds, I think, is the best he's going to do here. He's completely out of battery. No way to get caught up. It's going to be a tough break. Carroll with a big charge there at the end of the race, just not able to get it done. And here comes Lando approaching the penultimate in the Ferrari. Great run for him today. He's going to bring home the checkered and the fireworks. You see the weave there. He's celebrating. He's happy. He knows he's won. Matt right behind him in the Red Bull, bringing the Red Bull across. The Ferrari screaming along. Not quite enough time to get it done. Brad SR in behind him for the P4 spot. Jonesy P5. Big run by Joe Pelli today. Great run for him up into P6. Let's see if he stays there. All right, guys, there you have it. 1 through 10. It's QJ falling back, but these cars might dip him back some. Leclerc likely to jump him here at the cross due to penalties. And he does not. It's QJ holding on to P11. Leclerc in there for P12. Blades is the last man across. All the other guys' lap cars already completed. There we see Blade coming around the penultimate. We're going to go on board. You can see the fireworks as he concludes the race here. What a race by Lando. Got out front early, stayed out front. Fantastic race. Let's see, driver of the day. It's going to be Joe Pelly. That's our prediction. Great run by him today. Early spin in the race. Ran all the way back up the grid, showing grit and determination, and that's what we love to see. There you see the two Ferraris on the podium. Red Bull splitting them up there in the second spot. Great run by Lando today. They are going to enjoy that champagne. Just want to send a big shout out to everybody who tuned in today. Thank you for supporting the stream. And like I said, this High Performance Racing League, this was their debut race for the season. It was tremendous, a lot of action. Bahrain's always spicy. We saw some spins. First lobby was a little sketchy, but that's nothing on their part. Codemasters is still working out the kinks. Like I said, this will probably be the last time I'm hosting it. I will fill in from time to time and help them, but they are going to have a stream team up and running. Please go follow their Twitch, HPRLF1. HPRLF1. That's going to be their Twitch. Go over there and shoot them a follow. Next Tuesday is race 2, or round 2 of this series, and they just got started today. So next Tuesday, be there, 2 p.m. Central, 8 UK time. Catch it on their stream. Everything was awesome, man. It was a very exciting race. It's unfortunate the first lobby was a little sketchy there. It's nothing we can do. But guys, all their streams. Go follow their Twitch account. Be sure and catch them here, 8 p.m. UK time next Tuesday. If you want to get involved with them, reach out to them. You can reach out to me. I'll get you in touch where you got to go, guys. So I'm going to be helping out a little bit here while they get their stream team up and running. But a big shout out to everybody. 12 viewers today. I can't thank you enough for doing that. And we hope to see this thing take off. Good luck, High Performance Racing League, and we can't wait to see what you become.